Hey, Bruce Naylor here, and going to do a little bit of a vlog for you, kind of just bring you all up to date what's been going on. And first I'm going to talk about is that I am now using a MacBook Pro as my daily driver. I know I went back to Mac, even though I do talking Microsoft and I'm a big fan of Windows. Hold your horses. I still have my PC, but I had to take it out of commission for a while to either upgrade it or just rebuild it from the ground up. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Here's the problem. Here's what happened. So I got all these USB devices, right? I got a pluggable USB hub. I've got this Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 back here. Got a lot of USB devices. You know, I hooked up my PC to all this stuff and things were going well. But then problems started occurring. I would freeze at the boot screen and have to restart over and over and over again. I mean, when you start freezing at the boot screen, it could be a lot of different problems. Sometimes it's a failing hard drive will be the problem. Sometimes your battery, your CMOS battery is low and not working properly, or it can be a conflict with USB or external devices. In my case, I believe that's exactly what happened. Once I disconnected it from everything and just stuck it with a monitor, mouse, and keyboard, boots right up. But I've noticed that the video has still not been quite right. Now, it's got a 3-year-old Radeon 7950 video card in it, ATI, AMD, yeah. It's been pretty good card, but it's having, I think, some issues, and it's time to replace it. Since I'm replacing a video card, there's other problem areas. Like I've got a 250 gig SSD for my boot drive, got all my applications and so forth on it, and it's got originally it came with Windows 7 and then I upgraded to Windows 10. I'm thinking it's been 3 years. Here's what I should probably do. This is what my thought process. Why not go ahead and get a 500 gigabyte hard drive? Start with a fresh installation of Windows, and then for secondary storage, have another 500 gigabyte SSD, and then like a 4 terabyte hard drive, and put my favorite video games on the SSD, the second SSD. And maybe even do some cache files and that sort of thing, and then use the 4 terabyte to contain media or something like that. I mean, that's certainly an idea that I'm kicking around. However, that still allows me to use my same power supply, my 4770K, same motherboard, potentially still use my Corsair H100i cooler. I think if I go with the upgrade route, this is what I've got planned. In addition to the drives, replace the Radeon 7950 with an NVIDIA GTX 1070 video card. I think that would be more than enough for my purposes. The thing about going from NVIDIA or from ATI to NVIDIA, the reason I'm thinking about doing that is because of my experience trying to run Adobe Premiere on that machine, just having problems with using it. And, you know, it's kind of an NVIDIA world in the Adobe Premiere thing, as well as gaming. I think gaming, you know, NVIDIA and gaming go together hand in hand, not to discount AMD. And I haven't ruled them out completely, but you never know where that's going to go. But right now I'm leaning towards the NVIDIA GTX 1070. And those are about $400. The 500 gigabyte boot drive SSD is the Evo 5 or 850 or the 850 Evo. Why did I have problems with external USB devices and this computer? And my best guess is this is a older Gigabyte. Is the X87, like UDH4. And so these kind of came out about the same time USB 3 was being introduced. I think it was a bit flaky at that time. And this is what leads me to believe, well, do I go ahead and get a new CPU, a new motherboard? Basically, then I would just have the case and the power supply, and everything else would be pretty much new. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of stuck whether I should just tear it all down and rebuild it all from scratch. But it's going to be a very significant investment, and it's something I'm going to have to do over a little bit of time. So in the meantime, back to the Mac until I figure out what I'm going to do with this PC. Yeah, so on this, however, it's got Power Windows. Now what I mean by that is is that I have a Windows 10 virtual machine running on Parallels 12. And it does, for my business, it's just to run my business software. That's all I'm really concerned about, is just running that business software. And I think we'll be just fine until I get the PC back up and running. If I don't replace this motherboard on this thing, then I think I'm back. I'm still going to have the same issue once I plug up. I guess I could try a different USB hub, but I think it's I just think it's kind of buggy, the USB ports on this thing and the motherboard, and I think that's even looking for updated USB drivers for this thing, I don't think it's really going to solve the problem. That's my chief concern. So I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.